The Patreon members, all the subscribers, all the new viewers, I want to thank you guys for your support and your contributions made to the platform. It really means a lot to me. Rent free, RFG, for those that have been around long enough, y'all know what that means. Screen record news. This is screen record news, all right? Hopefully you're watching this on a mobile device, all right? Let's get into the video. One more thing, check out the links in the description box below for the Patreon page and the Facebook page, all right? So I haven't been able to make any videos the last week because for those that don't know, my name is Splash. Uh, I have been either living or traveling abroad for the last 15 years, and I was in Alaska recently. I'll talk about that on the Patreon page. All right, so click on the link in the description box below for the Patreon page to listen to my review of Alaska and Yukon and northern BC on the Patreon page. All right. Now, I had no cell phone service whatsoever. Yes, even in Alaska, there was no cell phone service. So I'm back and I'm a few days late, but better late than never. And the title of this video is different than the article that you're seeing right now. But the title of this video says, assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump's life in Pennsylvania. So he was, he's on a campaign run in Pennsylvania talking to the people. I forget which town or city he was in. And it's alleged or said in the articles in the news media that a 20-year-old was identified as the shooter, and they're trying to connect him with any group or organization that might have put him up to this, right? That he's affiliated with. And according to this article, they're saying that they haven't been able to find any group or, that he's been affiliated with, which to me personally, I don't believe that. I don't think that he acted as a lone wolf, right? And that's, let me put that to the side. First, I want to address the some of the YouTubers and content creators that said this was staged or fake or a hoax. Let me say something. These people are the kind of people, the content creators I'm talking about, are the kind of people that are contrarians just to gain the trust of the public. They want to present themselves as if they're an intellectual, they want to present themselves as if they're an intellectual to gain following and gain the trust of the public. I don't believe it was staged. I don't believe it was a hoax. Now, could it be? I don't know. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. When you're the first to run out there and say, no, this was staged, and then you get on video and trying to come up with some convoluted excuse to say it was staged, and they might truly believe that, but it's to seem as if they're an intellectual. Like, oh man, they have a third eye. They seem pretty smart and intelligent. I'm gonna follow them for other news as well, right? So I don't. That's silly to me. Everything isn't staged. Anything you put on the internet, you see that. It doesn't have to be this. Other stories as well, especially if they have video proof. They'll say real or staged in the caption. It's something crazy that they don't see on a regular basis. They'll put real or staged. And, according to, the news, 2 people actually lost their lives behind this. It was the 20-year-old, and it was another adult male, another older male, right? And I'm trying to figure out the other person that lost their lives, how or why they lost their lives, not the shooter, right? Another thing that, this article is saying, if you want to go by this article, they're saying more than a dozen guns found at home of Trent Bradley shooter. Well, he was 20 years old, all right? He was 20 years old, In most states, right? In most states, you're allowed to, at 18, you're allowed to purchase rifles, right? Now to conceal carry as, for a pistol, you have to be 21 years or older. But there are 28 states, right, that passed laws. I believe it was 22 or 28 states. I don't have it in front of me, where you can carry without a permit, and in some of these states, you're able to carry without a permit when you are 18, at the age of 18. I know Louisiana was one of those states, right? Um, so this is America. If you're legally allowed to purchase weapons, firearms in the United States of America, you're legally allowed to purchase firearms at 18. So to say that this young man, this male, 20 years of age, had more than a dozen guns at his home, it means nothing. That's like saying, hey, he had bottles of water at his house. He had toilet paper at his house. He had, 4 pairs of shoes at his house. It means nothing, right? Now, if this was Canada, if this was Japan, if this was, the UK, if this happened in London, then yes, report this. But in America, it means nothing. He's not 12, he's 20 years old. All right. But anyways, the whole, this was staged crowd that's out there. I mean, I'm not gonna insult them. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't believe that it was staged. And from what I read, it was said that there were 2 different reports. The Secret Service said that the bullet hit the teleprompter, and the teleprompter glass shattered, and that's what cut his ear. Right? Then other reports are saying that while he was talking, he moved, and the bullet like grazed him in the ear, and if he didn't move his head, then he would have lost his life. All right, but the Secret Service said that it hit the teleprompter glass shattered. So I don't know. All right, they had like 3D imagery of the trajectory of the bullet and where it went and where it could have went had he not moved his head. All right. This was, this was crazy, right? I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad. I'm glad he didn't lose his life. I've never. Well, you know what? Let me not say never. All right, but I'm not on here saying who I'm supporting and who I'm voting for. I'm not coming on here telling you who I'm supporting for. Right? I'm just being objective. I'm glad, the person who did not make any attempts on anybody's life is not, is still alive, right? Now, the person who did make an attempt on someone's life, he's deceased now, right? You did an illegal act, you caused harm to people, and, they ultimately felt like, hey, this is what we got to do to eliminate the threat, all right? Some of the theorists out there are saying that the stage fake hoax theorists out there saying that, well, look at the people, look how they reacted, this, that, and the third. Let me tell you, if you've never been around, you've never been around, anywhere where there's gunshots going off, at first, sometimes, like, you don't, a gunshot isn't what you think it is, right? Depending on the weapon that's being used, the distance, right? How and it all depends on how many times they're, how the rapid pace that they're pulling the trigger, Is it a fully automatic? Is it a semi-automatic? You never know, right? Sometimes, like when you hear one shot go off, some people, depending on the distance, some people won't even know that it's a gun, right? So it's not what you think all the time, but you know when it's just going off at a rapid pace, pow, 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 then people will be like, okay, damn, I need to get cover. Somebody's shooting, right? But let's say it's one gunshot that went off and it's at a distance. A lot of people will kind of just brush that off. Most people would, right? Oh, it's probably a backfire or whatever. Somebody's muffler or tire. Somebody dropped something, right? A firework, right? So you don't know. Just one shot, maybe two, but depending on how close it was and what the firearm was, the caliber, yeah, then people might panic, right? But everybody doesn't react the same or react the way you think they should, especially, react in ways that you see in the movies all the time, right? Let's read a little bit of this article right here. Oh, one more thing. When the shots rang out, the threat was eliminated. Secret Service ran up there to protect. Uh, Secret Service ran up there to protect former President Donald J. Trump, and they jumped on them. They put their bodies on top of him, right? And then when he was able to get up, he put the fist up, and I think he said, "Fight, fight, fight!" Right? So, the optics of that, people have used that imagery not only on the front of different pages, of these news articles, right, on the internet, but there are some people who have gotten tattoos of that already. They reacted pretty fast behind that, making merch, and somebody got a tattoo on their leg of that image, right? So people, they react really fast. It shows strength. It's like it shows like the strength and bravery of an American, I should say. But let me read this article. A gunman opened fire on former President Donald Trump at a rally Saturday in Butler, Pennsylvania. I don't know how close proximity, Butler is to uh, Philly or Pittsburgh, but it happened in Pennsylvania, Butler, Pennsylvania. Rally attendee Corey Comparator, 50, a former chief of the Buffalo Township Volunteer Fire Company, was killed, and two others, David Dutch, 57, and James Copenhaver, 74, were injured. All right, so I think, was this man right here, Corey Comparator, he was a rally attendee. Was he unalive because of the shooter and he missed? And these two were injured because the shooter missed? If so, then my heart goes out to them. That's sad. I didn't. That's sad that people got injured or somebody lost their life. All right, that's insane. You go to a rally to support the politician that's being elected into office, and it's you lose your life. That's insane to me. Authorities identified the shooter as Thomas Matthew Crooks, 20. Look at the last name. 20 of Bethel Park. He was a member of a local gun club and worked as a dietary aide at a nursing facility. He was a registered Republican who once made a $15 donation to a progressive political organization. Authorities have not been able to determine a motive for the attempted assassination. Here's the thing, man. Like, he was a registered Republican, but the thing is I guess he just didn't like that particular candidate of the Republican Party. All right. they're trying to give him an out, saying that he was bullied, and just give him the credit for being the piece of shit that he is, right? For causing trauma to people attending a rally, for causing trauma to people's families, right? Somebody, uh, what's his name? Corey Comparator, 50. This guy, this guy is probably a father, a husband, a brother, right? A friend, a son, and you took him away from this people's, you took him away from his community, his family. And I'm assuming he was a decent person, but like the way people are getting on the, in the public and saying, okay, the shooter, like he was he was bullied. They're showing video footage of him being bullied in high school. That doesn't mean shit. All right. There's a lot of people who were bullied in high school, right? I never was bullied. I mean, we used to talk shit to each other in high school as kids do, but the thing is to put it out there as if, he had, they're going um, the mental health route. And I'm sick and tired of everybody going the mental health route, right? Give him the credit for being the piece of shit shooter that he is, right? If there was mental health issues, he shouldn't have been allowed to purchase that many weapons. Okay, they deemed him competent when they ran a background check on him when he purchased these weapons. All right. Technicians at the FBI laboratory in Quantico, Virginia, are working 24 hours a day, forensic analyzing Thomas Crook's cell phone and laptop computers, senior FBI officials told NBC. The FBI said in a statement earlier today that the technicians had successfully gained access to his phone. Officials said that while it took a day to unlock the phone, the lab eventually did so on its own and without help from any outside firm, as was the case after the 2015 San Bernardino, California mass shooting, when the FBI relied on a little-known Australian firm to assist in unlocking one of the shooter's phones. The searches of the electronic device have yet to reveal a motive, but the analysis continues. The FBI also expects to release more information about the explosive device found in Crook's car. So wow, I didn't know about that. So, but here's the thing, man. Do I believe that he was a lone wolf in this, or he's not a part of any organization or just any group, any extremist group? I don't believe that. I don't. Right. So this man just got up and loaded up some firearms and just went to a rally and started shooting. I don't think that. I don't believe so. In my opinion, right? But that's neither here nor there. Shooter's high school counselor flabbergasted it was him, a former high school counselor who knew Trump rally shooter Thomas Matthew Crooks all 4 years he attended Bethel Park High School, said he was stunned and flabbergasted to find out Crooks was a gunman. Thomas was a quiet young man, an intelligent young man, but he did keep to himself. Former school counselor Jim Dapp said, well, I mean, it's always the quiet ones, right? It's the loud ones too, but as they say, it's always the quiet one. He had a handful of friends in the cafeteria. I sit down with them and I say, Thomas, would you like to get some kids over here? And he say, nope, Mr. Knapp, I want to be by myself, which is fine, Knapp said. Knapp said counselors at the high school met with students twice a year to go over class schedules, assist those who needed help, and address any issues they were having at school. All right, so you get the picture. All right, I want to do more videos as information comes out, but I'm just trying to get this out there because I did not have any cell phone service over the last few days, right? I want to comb through this, and any more information they're able to revealed to the public. I will talk about it. Um, but I'm glad to be back. All right. My opinion, my views on this. Number one, I don't think it was staged. Number two, I think it could have had something to do with security. I do think there was a security breach. All right. Number three, this right here, they're just making this an article to put out content, right? They're trying to eat off of this story for the next week, right? So they're just putting out anything, which right here, this is brought to you by what? This is a NBC News, right? So it's an American news publication. That makes no sense. Whoever wrote this article, this makes no sense. Who wrote this article? Well, whatever, right? To saying somebody has guns is like saying, hey, they have a pair of socks and shoes and drawers that they wear every single day. Like, come on now. Like, oh yeah, he has a cell phone. Okay. He drinks water and soda every day. Okay. Yeah, he eats food, sustenance every single day. All right, this is America. People have guns. Everybody has guns. It's legal. All right. He's not underage. But anyways, uh the next point I want to make, I don't think that putting out the mental, I think it's you're being intellectually dishonest, just kind of, and I don't want to go down that route as to why I think that. Uh, right, I don't want to go down that path. But my heart goes out to the people that were there, people that had to witness this. My heart goes out to former President Donald J. Trump. Just I hope he's doing all right mentally. It takes strength to get back up and to show strength. When that happened. I don't know if he did get grazed in the ear by the bullet or if it did hit the teleprompter, as was said, in a different article, from an article said the Secret Service said that the bullet hit the teleprompter and the glass shattered and hit his ear. Right? Whatever it was, I hope he's doing all right. I hope he's doing all right physically and mentally after this attempt. All right. And, I'm going to land right here in the video right here. You guys take care. I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm probably going to be making videos all day. So just look out, for the next video. Have a good day. Take care. Peace.